Rockhound here. Now, you haven't heard much from me about Mavericks Proving Grounds recently because I, like all other founders, am still under a non-disclosure agreement, and I can't give you any details about what's currently in the pre-alpha build of the game known as Mavericks The Forge, nor can I give you my opinion on my experiences playing the game. Similarly, the developers have been relatively quiet too, because they are busy completing many aspects of the game in time for the E3 Expo being held in Los Angeles in June this year. The E3 presentation for Automaton will be, perhaps, the most significant moment in the game's development. The game started life as something many of us saw as a beautiful looking concept for a semi-realistic, tactical, massively multiplayer first-person shooter and battle royale. But then it tripped up a bit with access delays for founders and overall community disappointment leading into the closed testing late last year. E3 will now be Automaton's chance to turn those low points around by showcasing their development work on Mavericks to date. What will it take for the global gaming audience to now sit up and take notice of the game and feel that it is taking battle royales and FPS shooters to new places? Here are the top 5 things that I think are required for Mavericks Proving Grounds to achieve that sort of status following E3. Firstly, and probably most importantly, the E3 presentation must include a trailer that is packed to the brim with top-notch actual gameplay. I think that the gaming community won't rate a trailer that is simply full of cinematics. Well, last year's E3 trailer, which had a lot of cinematic aspects to it, was a fine introduction to the general theme of what Mavericks was about. I actually still feel that I got more out of the very first teaser trailer that Automaton posted. My very first thoughts when I saw that teaser were that the environment looked a whole lot better than PUBG's environment. I think similarly for this year's E3, we need to see that gameplay overall is great and has unique aspects to it that we haven't seen before. Secondly, Mavericks needs to innovate the Battle Royale concept as a whole. PUBG started to skyrocket into fame over 2 years ago now, and since then we have seen the likes of Fortnite, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Apex Legends, and Battlefield's Firestorm all take their own portion of a playing audience that has seen close to 750 million copies of those games downloaded in total. They've all come with their own unique elements, for instance Fortnite's building, Apex Legends' contextual communication and respawning system, and Battlefield's threatening and noisy wall of fire. However, what we haven't seen yet is a major innovation in the Battle Royale concept. After 2 years, players are likely to be hanging out for something new. I reckon if Battle Royale was the music industry, it's currently like it's 1990 and we're watching Warrant's Cherry Pie video on MTV. But deep down, what we're actually craving for is a game that is like that little 3-piece garage band from Seattle to come along and blow our minds. Some of the areas of the Battle Royale concept where I think Mavericks could break new ground and result in us seeing a changing of the guard, so to speak, are the drop-in mechanic at the start of the game, the looting process, side objectives, the environment, destruction including fire propagation, and the way the play zone looks and how it operates. Thirdly, gunplay must be close to best in class. It's okay for an alpha game, which is what it will be after E3, to have things to fix and add, but gunplay should at that stage be getting to be pretty damn good. Automaton's senior game designer Lawrence Barnett has previously said that they're aiming to infuse a pseudo-realistic shooting experience in Mavericks that takes the best of the slick shooting gameplay of the likes of Call of Duty and Battlefield, but with a flick of strong mastery and realism. To me, that sounds like PUBG and Battlefield having a gunplay baby, and I would be pretty damn fine with that. Fourthly, we need a game environment that lives up to the first teaser trailer Automaton released. This is one area that Mavericks could easily stand out from the competition, specifically PUBG. As I mentioned in a previous video about the Mavericks environment, I don't consider the PUBG landscapes to be particularly realistic, and they also have a relatively low level of detail. If the Mavericks environment looks realistic and at the same time provides plenty of cover and opportunities for tactical gameplay, I think that would be a big win for Automaton. Lastly, assuming that Automaton do wow us with Mavericks E3 trailer, they need to follow that up with increased communication with the community. By that I mean regular dev diary videos, staff AMAs, blog posts, and plenty of interaction in the Mavericks Discord. Post E3 will be the time to start ramping up interest in the game. I'm absolutely fine if we have virtual radio silence between now and E3, but after that, the community will need and want to be updated and engaged regularly right through to the release of the game, which Automaton say they're aiming for at the end of the year. So, those are the things that I think could be the make or break for Mavericks Proving Grounds. If the devs can achieve many of those things, Mavericks could become the game to watch following E3. If few or none are achieved, well, you might be watching videos for other games on this channel in a couple of months' time. What do you think it would take for you to consider that Mavericks has a shot at being mentioned alongside the top tier Battle Royale games? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please consider leaving a like or a dislike if you didn't. It all helps me to make the channel better. And if you'd like to see more content from this channel, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so that you get the latest Mavericks updates. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.
It's just the night and me.